In Egypt, music has been used for two main purposes. One of them is religious worshipping in ancient Egypt. In ancient Egypt, music was an integral part of religious worship. In ancient Egypt, music formed an important part of Egyptians' life due to the fact that they believed their country will be safe, peaceful, and things that they do will be smooth by chanting to God. Their main musical instruments for worshipping were percussion and hand clapping. Another purpose of music in Egypt is for celebration, such as wedding and belly dance. Unlike religious music, celebration music included wind instruments and string instruments to make the music more cheerful and joyful.
People in Egypt have probably been playing music since the early Stone Age, long before there is any definite evidence of it. The earliest definite evidence of music from Egypt comes from about 3100 BC, at the beginning of the Old Kingdom. As the picture shows, a lot of Egyptian musicians were women.
Safa is one of very famous wedding celebration music in Egypt. It is largely a popular song from the second half of the 20th century. You will now hear the music called Safa. In the sound file, Tutankhamun's trumpet is the main solo part, and vocal sounds and percussions are being used as background. The beginning part of this music was played strongly by the trumpet, but then at the end it gets softer. Since this music is played for a wedding festival, its tempo is allegro, creating the music more joyful and cheerful. Unlike a formal wedding song that most of people use worldwide, this wedding song is more likely to be traditional because it only uses instruments that originated from their own country.
In Egypt, percussion was the most famous instrument and it is from Pharaonic Egypt. There are lots of types of percussion instruments, such as handheld drums, rattles, castanet, bells, and the sistrum. A highly important rattle used in religious worship. The percussion on the screen is called silver metal drum, also known as dumbak or tabla. It is very commonly played not only in Egypt, but also in Middle East. Furthermore, many professional musicians and drummers around the world also use it. There are two types of silver metal drum. One is made of cast aluminum with a synthetic tunable head, and the other one is made of wood. The second picture that you can see is a trumpet called Tutankhamun trumpet. Tutankhamun's military trumpet is one of three known examples of this instrument preserved from ancient Egypt. Its specialty is that it makes sonorous sounds and at the same time it makes grand sound. This instrument is used for military.
At the very top of this screen, this is the picture of Egyptian reed instrument called mizmar. Mizmar is considered a type of oboe since, as with the Western oboe, sound is created by forcing air through a small double reed that is placed inside the performer's mouth. It is any single or double reed wind instrument. Mizmar is also a term used for a group of musicians, usually a duo or trio. Mizamors are usually played in weddings or as an accompaniment to belly dancers. The second instrument shown in this screen is called Automatic Egyptian Oud. The oud is inlaid with mother of pearl, which adds a great look for display as well as play. It has 4 double strings and 1 single string on it already. A total of 9 strings with 3 extra knobs for more strings. The oud has very intricate carved wood covers for the sound holes.
All the major categories of musical instruments were represented in Pharaonic Egypt. So Egyptians used their main instrument to either play celebration music or religious worship music. And lastly, music formed an important part of Egyptian life, and musicians occupied a variety of positions in Egyptian society. Professional musicians in Egypt exist on a number of social levels in ancient Egypt, meaning that they stayed close to Pharaoh to play music whenever he needed to. Also, Egyptians considered music very precious and necessary for religious worship. Musicians in that era were in high status.